Welcome back to Reality Daydream. Today we are back out here in the yard continuing to improve our curb appeal of our 1932 Federal style mansion. And kind of a nice day for spraying. So we're supposed to get some rain I think later tonight. The stuff I'm spraying dries in an hour, so we should be good to go there. I'm going to spray probably the front yard, leave the backyard for tomorrow, and I'll hit that up on another day. That way the kids can still play in one yard and not have to worry about going into the front yard. Well, I'm pleased to announce that the rock border we put in seems to be doing a good job at holding the dirt back. So I haven't seen any new dirt washing down here, which is good. So I'm going to use a backpack sprayer here, and I'm spraying some of this Bio Advance lawn weed and crabgrass killer. It's a 2,4-D with a mixture of other things. So this should work well for dandelions or some ground clover, creeping Charlie. One of the things that I'm doing to get a better saturation on like this or clover is I'm actually going to be using dish soap, which breaks through that surface tension, kind of like if you used dish soap on a greasy dish. It just helps break that down and helps that chemical get into the product. And then I'm also going to be using turf mark or a dye. This will do a couple things. One, it'll make my lawn look nice and dark green, which is just kind of an added benefit, but it'll help me know where I've sprayed and where I haven't. And also it'll help be a gentle reminder for the kids to stay off of this side of the lawn. Okay, so this is a concentrate, which means you actually need to dilute it down. So we have our 3 gallons of water, and it's 3.2 ounces of this stuff for every gallon. And then that'll treat 500 square feet, which 3 gallons should be able to get done about 1,500 square feet for that. So we're just gonna measure it out in our cap, pour it in. This will actually, I'll have to do it twice. Pour it in there. Wearing my chemical gloves for safety. I went ahead and added in the dye and the dish soap. Funny story about this stuff is I did the same thing last year, and I must have gotten a little bit of dye on the strap, because when I went to bed that evening, I had a blue mark that looks like a bruise on my back. All right, so 1,500 square feet is about this segment here. So the edge of the solarium out to the street, down to the sidewalk, and then back up. So that's 1,500 square feet. Our lawn has close to 18,000 square feet total. So this is gonna be a lot of trips back and forth, but we're gonna do this section first, and that'll give us a good idea if our mixture or our application rate is correct. Just covered this area, and I just felt a couple sprinkles on me. So I guess that means it's time to wrap this up. I was hoping to be able to do the whole front yard, but I don't want to be doing this if there's going to be any chance of rain on it. So we're going to leave this here. Hopefully it doesn't come down too hard and wash it off, and we'll just see. We'll see what happens in a couple weeks. If it needs another shot, we'll give it another shot in a couple weeks. Otherwise, hopefully we get a calm in the rain tomorrow. I can come in and do the rest of this then. All right, we just got a call from a delivery service, and they said that we have a product that's in. So Bethany ordered me something for my birthday, which was about a month ago, and it is in, but it's in down in Des Moines. They're gonna deliver it here, but they're like 2 weeks out. And so I thought it would be a good opportunity just to drive down there and grab it and do a couple other shopping items while I'm down there. But first, we need to go ahead and unload the rest of this mulch for the other side of our beds, and then we'll be packed up and ready to go. Picked up the package that I needed to get, and I have one more stop to make. But before I go in there, I wanted to share a story with you. So on the way down here, I stopped to get gas, and while I was fueling up, I noticed that there was this lady that was struggling to start her vehicle. The vehicle just wouldn't turn over. And so I did what I felt was right, and I checked to make sure I still had my jumper cables, which I did, and then I swung over and kindly asked the lady if she needed a jump, and she really didn't know what was going on with her vehicle, but she was grateful to have the jump start and then also just be on her way without having to try and figure out how to get it fixed. And that just reminded me of like how things were different when I was a kid. So when I was a kid, I had a 1977 pickup truck, and I mean, I got this from my uncle's pasture, you know, and pasture. I got this from my uncle's pasture, not pastor, you know, the church. Anyway, so it was a great truck. It was a great first truck. I paid $400 for it. It ran pretty good most of the time. But the main difference then is that we didn't have cell phones. And so when it would break down, you were just on your own to figuring out what was going on with it, or you were taking a hike. And so it kind of reminded me of this one time, which there were several times when this truck broke down. But this one time it broke down, and somebody was kind enough to pull over and help me out. And I'll never forget it. It was this black S10 pickup truck, and they were full. It was a full truck, full with their family. And they said, "Hey, I'll give you a ride, but you have to hop in the back." And I was excited because I didn't have to walk. So I went ahead, I hopped in the back of the truck, and we didn't get 2 more miles and their truck broke down. It was probably the most interesting time I've been picked up by a stranger just to have their vehicle break down. I felt like I was cursed. But anyway, we ended up getting their vehicle started, and they went ahead and continued to give me a ride into town. But it just got me thinking about how technology has changed so much of our culture, to where most of the time if I see someone broke down, I don't even think about it. I just know that they're probably already taken care of. And I think that's kind of sad. I think we're missing out on our culture in that regard. But yeah, so I guess two things is, you know, if you feel comfortable, if you see somebody on the side of the road or see somebody that needs help, go ahead and pull over and help them out. Like I said, if you feel comfortable, I know there's a lot of scenarios where it wouldn't be a good idea to do that. But also, keep a set of jumper cables in your vehicle. Just be prepared for any times that you might be broke down. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and go into this store here. I have a little thing that I'm looking for to work on Bethany's birthday present. Bethany has a birthday coming up, and I have this really neat concept of something that I want to do. I just need to see if they have what I need here at this store. It's a cool couch, but we go up. Up. We made it. All right, well, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Just need to find a couple that will be the right size. Well, I got what I needed here. Looks like there's a storm a-brewing, so I'm gonna hightail it out of here and hopefully make it back without getting wet. All right, we've got it all set up, and I have this lady to thank for these comfortable chairs. It's actually been a couple days. The rain has just been on and off for, well, the last 2 days, and finally getting back around to spraying the rest of the front yard. However, it's rained so much that I need to mow it. Like, it's gotten pretty tall. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll start picking back up where we were at with the spraying. Other thing I wanted to point out is this is that fairy ring that I was telling you about. So it's like this darker area of grass or brown, and I could tell when I was just holding the phone down through it, there was some brown spots on it. I don't really know the best way to deal with this. I was talking to my neighbor, who, his lawn looks amazing. I was talking to him, and he said he just sprayed a fungicide on his. He had a similar issue several years back and has never had any issues coming back with it. So we might try that here. Not today. It'll be a while back, but the intro of the video, we did talk about that. I don't think I ever really discussed what was going on with that. That's the deal. So fairy ring right there. You know, the creeping Charlie, it might have a little bit of effect on that. It might be too early to tell yet, but I am seeing like a lot of the dandelions and everything shriveling up, and then the clover too. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll still just kill the rest of this stuff off. But This side looks a lot better than that side. Definitely looks a lot better than the backyard.